Going to image trace this in Illustrator. We're going to take that paper drawing and we're going to make it a digital drawing. So the first thing you need to do is you need to make sure that your image trace palette is open. So go to your window and check out all these palettes and make sure the image trace is checked. Okay. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to see these top three options here. The first one is presets. Why don't you just select the black and white logo, because it will find the edges pretty nicely. Oops, I want to wait. I want to make sure this is color, and I want to do black and white logo, okay? It's going to trace it, or it's going to compress it, and it does a little thinking thing there. And then you can adjust the threshold to increase or decrease the detail. So if I increase the detail, you'll see what happens. It's going to run something. These are probably shadows that were on the paper. So we want to make sure that that isn't on there. So I'm going to decrease that. Make sure I didn't lose too much information. And then once that is ready, we can expand. Now, the expand button might be in a couple different places. If you have tools across the top here, if you have Essentials Classic selected, you'll see all these tools across the top. You can hit expand. It's also in a properties palette if you need to find it there. So now it has traced the image once you expand it, and then you have to take your white arrow and get rid of the elements that we don't need. For example, we don't need this, so I'm going to take my white arrow and I'm going to directly select that and just hit delete. I'm going to take my white arrow and select all of that white area around my drawing, and I'm going to delete that. I'm going to select this last little bit here. So there you go. I've got my word there. Okay. Now it's one object, so we need to ungroup it. So let's just go to ungroup. Okay. That way I can select these things individually. Oh, okay. So I can select that. Select that, select that, or you can just take your white arrow and you can select them individually that way.